All right. Here's a test again. Let's see. Go to channel. Want that. Why is it not showing me being live? Is that what's going on? Okay, good. All right, now it's working. Good, 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 good. This here. We don't need this up anymore. Hi, everybody. We're gonna do some interesting stuff today. We're gonna do some interesting stuff. Let me get some music going up here. Uh, yeah. You say I used to have a thing up here for Spotify, and now it's gone. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to be playing around with some AI today. And I'm gonna try and make a little frame to go around, a different frame to go around here, around like that thing, that frame around my YouTube and Twitch and all that good junk. Maybe here. Bring it down a little bit. I think that ought to be all right. Hopefully you can still hear me. Testing 1, 2. You can still hear me, right? Right. Good. Okay. We're gonna work with some a little bit of AI here today. I'm gonna work with Adobe Firefly, and we're going to. What I want to do is I want to create a nice icy looking border to go around the frame for my streams. So right now you see I got this. Let me see if I can turn it on and off so you know what I'm talking about. This thing, the main overlay. Here it is. This thing. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Cancel. Get out of there. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to make one of those. A new one of those. So we're going to keep the icon though, because I like the icon. But let's first look into Adobe Firefly. I'm just going to create it here with a simple AI. I could do it myself, but I want to show an example of if people just want to do something quick and get it out of the way, and just have something neat for their frame. You can always, if you got the talent to create it in AI or AI in Illustrator, different AI. So right here, you can see there's tons of examples of stuff that you can do here. Like click on this, you get like radio futuristic boombox, and you can try that prompt and go from there. I'm gonna try my own prompt right now. Let's try. I want to go with icy, not winter, just icy border. Let's just type in icy border for right now. We'll just hit generate. And we can see this prompt is too short, so I need a longer prompt. Let's go icy border snow and ice. I don't know. Just to make it a little bit longer. And I want to choose the first here in the aspect ratio. If I just do this, it's just going to give me like a square 1x1. So if I click here, I'm going to go to widescreen. So it does a widescreen. And let's see what it comes up with. Thinking. That's not definitely not what I wanted. So let's change this to graphic. We're not getting exactly what we want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this prompt a little bit. We're gonna go icy rain order for a streaming overlay. Try that. And that's the thing with AI. If you don't get what you want, you gotta kind of keep going and keep trying and seeing what you get. And this is kind of what I do with my process. Okay, that's given us some really cool stuff. That one is pretty neat. I want to try and find something that's going to be simple. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this middle part to be that's going to be empty. That middle part is going to be empty. So all this big blue space that's here in the middle, that's going to be empty, and that's going to be showing my screen. So it looks like my screen is covered by ice. I like that. It's okay. Really cool and realistic looking. I just think it's going to be hard to get that out of there, maybe. Let's download the one that we like. I kind of like this one. It's big, though. That's a big border, and I don't know if I want it that big. This is a thin border. I'm just kind of looking at the edges, like around here, like around the edges, to see if it's going to be something that's going to be easy in Photoshop for it to take out. One of the things I'm seeing in Photoshop that if I try and take that out, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get all this white smoky stuff out if I just use this selection. Like the selection tool, it's going to be a pain in the butt. This stuff, though, will be easy to take out because it's nice and jagged. It's got a nice clean border on the end. So I'm going to download that one. Here. And we're just going to go like this and download this. And with with Adobe Firefly, it always will put like a little logo in the corner here. So we'll take a look at that once we get it into Photoshop and how to get rid of that. I want to just get a couple more just for a couple more ideas. So let's refresh this. And we have, if we look over at our logo that we have here, this little my on the existing bar that I have, that thing. If we look at the little logo, we can see it's pretty cartoony, and these are all pretty realistic. And I don't know if I want it super realistic, so let's go like icy frame border. Let's see, cartoon. See what that gives us. That should give us something a little bit different, a little bit less realistic. All right, yeah, and you can see that we definitely got something a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more fun. That takes up a lot of screen real estate, and I definitely don't want that. So let's add the word thin. Let's take out this, thin cartoon frame border. Well, thin right first. And icy cartoon frame border for streaming. See what it gives us here. I'm not too concerned in the middle because it should be fairly easy to take out. This one is cool. Kind of like that. It's just very basic and plain. I still don't really like these. Still pretty thick. Try none and see what it gives us. I could always also just, shrink it down. That one's kind of neat. That's pretty simple. And honestly, we could probably even take this into Illustrator and make this ourselves. I'm gonna download that one because I like that one. Maybe I'll do another thing of making borders in Illustrator. Let's do one more. I always do like at least 3 of them that I find and I like that I can choose from. And also, again, it gives you a little bit of a variety too. Let's see. I don't like any of that. Definitely not that one. Let's try another. Try another thing here. Let's add something different. Let's try a layered paper. Layered paper. See, now these are pretty. This I like. This I really like. Like that a lot. And the reason that I like that is because it's square, so it's going to be really, really easy for us to take out that middle, and we won't have to do anything too much with the edges. So that's nice, and it's pretty thin around this border. It's still a little bit thick, but we can shrink down our window to that specific size, so that'll be really nice. We're gonna download that. Okay. And we can see like around in here, there's some weirdness going on. We can fix that all in Photoshop. So, let's stick with that for right now. Bring up Photoshop. Do have open. And I'm gonna find it in my downloads here. Open, and we got here, so let's just pick that first border. Of course, we didn't name it anything special. I'm just gonna rename this right now while we're here. I'm just gonna call this Ice Cats Overlay. Let's call it Ice Cats Ice Overlay. I see. Yeah, I see over. That's good. Get that extra space, and we'll just do that. And I'm gonna open this up into Photoshop. All right, so what you can see is what I was talking about here is that we have this really annoying little image not for commercial use. So obviously, we're not using this for commercial use. We're not gonna resell this. This is for our own personal use. This is for just fun, for video. So what I'm gonna do is first in Photoshop is the wonderful thing that we can do is I'm gonna take a corner. Let's just take this corner. Not that. Oop. Oh yeah, first, when you're in Photoshop, what you want to do is, so you don't destroy the background or destroy the original, always keep a copy of the original. When it opens, it's going to be locked. What I always like to do is I just like to drag it down, hover over the layer thing, and it creates a new layer. And then we can just turn this one off. So we have this locked, and we have this layer here. Anytime we want to go back to the original, we can. Because we're going to do some destructive edits to this. There's many different ways that you can go about this, but this is going to be the easiest. So basically what I did is I just took our marquee tool here, made a big square on the corner, and I'm going to do a Control C for copy and a Control V for paste. So you can see it added this extra little one here, and if we move it, we can see this corner is here. And what we want to do is I'm going to hit Control T, and that gives us the option to transform this. And if you do a right click, you can click on flip horizontal. You just do a right click right on the actual image, flip horizontal, and it's going to flip it the other way. And I'm just going to hit enter to apply that. And all we did is basically just flip it the other way. And now we're just going to bring this down and line it up. Nice and lined up. And I got it moved here. I'm just going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard up and down to get it lined up left to right. Looks decent left to right. And you just kind of line it up a little bit. You want to match up the edges there. You can see that there's this weird line here. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of that. You can see it matches up pretty well. Let's make sure that it matches up really well. Let's hit this little magnifying glass and zoom in a few times. And then we're gonna press the space bar and hold it, and you'll see it turns into this little hand icon. And then you can just click and drag, and it moves your canvas for you. So we can see here that we got a little bit of border edge kind of going on there. Got some weirdness going on here. You can see it's not 100% lined up. So we're just gonna go back to our move tool. Make sure that we're still on this layer, and we're just gonna use our arrow keys again to kind of nudge it. See how I just nudged that into place there? And then we're gonna go over here. It looks like the bottom was pretty correct. I don't see it being too off, but pardon this rolling. There we go. I'm gonna move it up just a hair. Nope, I think we had it perfect. Because you can see how this edge doesn't match up right there. We're gonna just leave that there. And we're gonna actually combine that now. So coming back over here to our panel, I'm gonna click on the first layer, and then I'm gonna hold shift, and then I'm gonna click on this layer for the background copy, and then I'm gonna hit control and then press E, and that's gonna combine them all together into one layer. So basically now we only have our main layer here. Everything's connected to it. Now we can start editing out these little gappy issues and weird things that are going on. So first, let's go up here, and let's see, where was it that I can't really see it anymore. Okay, yeah, I can see it a little bit here. So what we're gonna do is we're finding our edge. You can see the edge here is kind of strange. We're just gonna take this We're gonna use our clone tool, I think, first. Basically, the clone tool just copies wherever you tell it to copy. It's basically like a photocopy. So you can take, for example, we got our circle here. If you hold down Alt, you'll see that it turns into this bullseye icon, and this is going to copy wherever that little circle is. So if I copy this little thing right here, right, and I hold Alt, and then I just do a bullseye icon, because I'm holding Alt, and then just click with your bullseye icon and let go. Now what you're going to do is if you drag this down, it will copy this wherever it is. And if you notice, you go do that again here. Basically what it's doing is it's copying wherever your bullseye is. So if your bullseye is let's see if it's easier to do on here. Bullseye is here, it's gonna copy that whole thing. You see how there's that little plus icon kind of off to the side away from my circle? There's like a plus icon going up and down. Basically, I'm just drawing wherever that plus icon is. That's kind of the clone tool. Kind of an example of the clone tool. It's Control Z to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone some parts here that need to be fixed. So this area here needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. There's something weird here. You can see some artifacts going on there. What we're going to do is we're just going to take our clone tool and hit the Alt key and click left click, and then we're just going to go up and we're just going to click right over this little weird white space here, and there, and we just got rid of that. You can see that it has that circle there. I don't really want that, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go on the side and do the same thing. So just Alt and click, let go, hover over it, and then just click with my mouse. So we got rid of that completely. You can still see the circle, which I don't really like. So here's another thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna just take like this. Alright, you don't really see the circle as much. One of the things that you can do is you can actually have the flow, increase the flow a little bit, and you can just kind of blend that a little bit more. So it's not really there. Then we'll take our lighten tool, our dodge tool, and we'll just dodge it out a little bit there. Maybe not. That's not working how I wanted it. Alright, so what we do is we're just going to use a different tool, and we're going to use what I like to call, or what is called, the smudge tool. And we're just going to take this and smudge it the fuck out. There we go. So it's smudged. I don't really like to use this tool too much. I like to keep it at a lower strength, because if you get it too much, it just makes it look ugly. But it's good for little touch-ups and making things disappear. So we'll make that disappear. Let's kind of drag this out a little bit. The reason why I don't like to use the smudge tool as much is because it does make it fuzzy like that. You can change the hardness on it, but it still does have that fuzziness to it. I don't really want. Let's go back to this. Hardness 100%. There we go. We're just gonna fix this little guy here. Here we are. Fix that guy. We're gonna fix this guy a little bit. You can kind of see what it's doing with that smudge tool. Like I said, that it's great. I don't want it to do too much with the smudge tool there. Alright, so there's that. We kind of fixed that area a little bit. Let's see, anything else that's looking strange right in there? Not really. I think that's looking pretty good. You can see that this thing's here. Now with the solid color, the clone tool is way easier to use. Because all you have to do is boop. Oh yeah, we have it. We have the flow. Let's turn the flow back up. There we go. There, we fixed that guy. Let's see what else we gotta fix. Let's fix this edge here because this looks a little strange. So I'm just gonna take our little you can use the clone tool if you want. If you hit the bracket keys on your keyboard, the ones that look like little square brackets, can increase and decrease the brush. I'm going to increase this just a tad, and we're going to take, I want to find like a corner coming down, so I'm going to decrease this a little bit. And make sure we're on our clone brush, not on the eraser brush. I'm just going to take this and clone that. And we're going to fix this here. And clone, I'm cloning this side a little bit. Just kind of make that hill kind of go down a little bit more. Just so it doesn't look so jagged. Then we're going to take our smudge tool, make it small, using those bracket keys again. And you can see how there's kind of a straight line right in here. Smudge that a little bit. That's too much. And just smudge that line a little bit. Get this out of here. We're just making little subtle changes. Nothing that's gonna really be hugely noticeable. Alright, so we got that. Let's go over to this side. Okay, you can see we got a lot of stuff we gotta work on here. Let's take this. Clone tool. I'm gonna clone this edge right here. Kind of line it up. And just kind of go like that. Do that right. Line that edge up, and then we're just gonna take this and kind of bring that a little bit down. I have it meet that. And I have it meet that a little bit. Take our smudge tool again, just smudge it just a little bit down so it blends really nice. Oops, didn't want that. That's a little bit too much. Alright, so that looks decent. Let's smooth that out a little bit. Push that up a little. There we go. Alright, let's see. So, what else we got here? That's a little bit straight on this end, so we're just gonna bring this out just a hair. Oh yeah, we got a smudge tool, we are. So bring that out a bit. I'm gonna cover up this because I don't really like that too much being right there. We're gonna take our clone stamp tool, get right on the edge here. There we are. That'll be alright. I think we'll leave that little thing right there. Alright, let's zoom out. And that looks pretty good. We got a... Alright. So, let's do the next thing. Let's clean up these little straight edges right here that it did. I don't like that. So we're going to zoom back in. And we're going to do this. I think I'm just going to do something like this. I'm going to take my marquee tool here. I'm going to copy this. See. Oops. No, it's not. It's not empty. Oh, yeah, it is empty. My bad. Holy. Gotta combine that. Alright. Control C. Control V. To paste it. Control T. And we're just gonna go flip vertically this time. I'm gonna hit enter to apply it. And kind of go like this. Find a good spot for it. Maybe like right in here. Alright, and then we're just gonna go bring our eraser in. Erase some things here. Make it look a little wind wisp. Smudge tool. I want to combine these. There we go. That'll make it a lot easier. We're just kind of taking our smudge tool and smudging it around a little bit. I'm okay with that. You can see the smudge tool can be pretty awesome and pretty powerful. Let's just take this off here. There we go. And this. Alright. So let's zoom out here. Look at that. That looks a lot better. Now let's take care of this side here. We can just kind of do the same thing, but I'm gonna just use the smudge tool. Be really careful. smudge tool. We're gonna bring it all the way out here. Just like that. We're definitely gonna get rid of this. Oops. There we go. I'll leave it like that. Out, just to take a look at the whole thing. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to get rid of this blue. This square blue, which we can easily do. The first thing that I'm going to do though is I'm going to take this. I'm going to make a square here. Let's shift it a little bit. It's okay if it's a little bit over. In fact, that you probably want it to be a little bit over. I'm going to go Control C, Control V. So we have a copy of that. I'm going to bring this down here. We'll use this in a little bit. Bring that down here. For now, we're going to take this. We're going to do this same. And we're just going to select it. There we go. We'll shift I to inverse, so it's just selecting that square. And we go back here and we can see we got it all up there now. Perfect. So we can delete this. Now we can turn this off and we can see now we have this completely for our screen, which is good. I want to now, I'm going to, just so that we have something under it to see. So I'm gonna open and I'm just gonna put a random picture in here. Let me see here. I'm just trying to find something quick to put in there. Bear with me here. We're just going to put this picture of this cat in here. A, C, Control V to paste, Control T to transform it. We're going to bring this down so that fits in here. I didn't pick the exact one and I should have. This image is obviously huge. Compared to my my screen. So obviously I'm going to be manipulating it a little bit. Manipulating it. Okay. Then we'll hit enter to paste that in place. We're going to move this little group. I don't know why it grouped it. It didn't need to group it. I'm gonna put this under here. Get rid of this stupid group. And then we're gonna go image. Back on this image. I'm gonna desaturate it. Desaturate. Find it. There it is. Adjustments. Saturate. Just so it's black and white, so it's easier to see, not hiding any of the color. Now what you can see is we got our icy border, but we did kind of lose some of the little dots on the side and that sort of stuff. That's kind of why I'm keeping this right here. Because what I'm going to do is we are going to take that and I'm going to reduce this. No, I'm not going to reduce that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. Turn this off. We just have that little weird border, right? And then I'm going to take image. Let's go to replace color. Oh, I gotta make sure I'm clicked on it. There we go. Image adjustments. Replace color. No, I don't want to do that. Can I desaturate it? That I can do. And then I'm going to take our levels. Really bring out that, all those white dots. Lose much of it. There we go. Let's just leave it at that. Bring that even closer here. That should be good. Let's keep it right there. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really bring out those white dots to a point where I can do this. I can go this. It selects all that. And I can just delete that. And I keep all those white dots. Z. I want to keep all those white dots selected. I messed up. Alright, so we're gonna go backwards here. I want to copy this. And then I want to redo that. Image, desaturate. Levels. Probably didn't get to see the levels because they were all the way over there. Excuse me. I'm gonna move these all the way over here. Probably like that. I'm gonna make sure the gray is a little bit less, a little bit darker. Probably like that. And then I'm going to select this. Got the tolerance at 50. Like that. Delete that. And it's just saving all those little dots. So I can do the same on this one. We should be able to now delete this. Bring this back in. And now we have our little dot still. Which is nice. And if we wanted to, they're a little bit harsh, so we could always just do a little bit of a blur on it. Just do a Gaussian blur. And let's too blurry. I'm gonna do like a 1. See what that does. Yeah, that's good. That's a little bit too blurry, actually. Try that again. Blurred. Oh, you know what? That worked. That worked. Let's leave it like that. I like that. So basically now we have this cut out. So we have our screen cut out. Anything that's under this is going to be just blank. What I want to do is I do want to create one of these that does not have all this junk in it. I don't want that to be there all the time, I think, because that might get a little bit distracting. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this. And we're going to take this one, Control E, to merge them all together. And so now I have one with, one without. So we're going to rename this frame no snow. Oh, goodness. And then this one, frame snow. So basically now we have that all set up. What we can do is let's bring it into OBS. What we need to do first is we need to just save a few things. So let's first get rid of this that we don't want. We don't need this anymore. We'll just kind of lock that. We're not really using that one. Not moving. And turn it off because we're not really using it. We don't want it to get copied. And then we're going to turn off this one because we're just doing the one frame right now. We just go Control Shift and S. That's basically going to ask us how we want to save it. And I'm just going to save this right on my desktop. You can save it anywhere you want, but I'm just going to save it here. It's saved currently as a PSD. I'm going to save the PSD just so that we have that. And when it says that, just click OK. And then I'm going to actually save it again, but this time I'm going to save this as a PNG file. Basically, a PNG is different from a JPEG. PNG basically gets rid of, if it sees anything like this, like the little checkerboard pattern that we're seeing down there, it turns that into like it's transparent, meaning that it's just knocks that out. You'll see in a second here. So save it as a PNG. If we don't save it as that, we save it as a JPEG, it's going to give it an automatic background. It won't knock anything out. So save it as a PNG, and we'll save. And honestly, we should have saved that as no snow or snow, but we can fix that in a second. And we'll go with this one and do the same thing. File, save as, or Control Shift S. Then we're going to call this one PNG. And let's change this. Nice overlay. No snow. No snow. There we go. So we can save that. And let's minimize this for right now. Oh, I gotta tell it yes that I just want to save it. I'm gonna minimize this. Minimize our Google here. And we'll bring up our OBS, and it's going to look very strange for you right now. We're just paying attention to this little area down here, and then we can watch what happens up here when we change it. So basically, I want my beginning to not really have this anymore, we're gonna change this. So let's take our beginning background here, and I'm just gonna delete that so it deletes out my beginning background on OBS. And again, just pay attention to what I'm doing in here. Basically, I'm going to be adding a source. It's going to ask me what kind of source that I want. I'm going to choose an image. I'm going to go to add source. I'm going to go to a new source instead. This is going to be called icy frame snow. And we're going to add this source, and now it's going to ask us to find it, and we put that on our desktop. Desktop here, and find the icy with snow. And we're looking for the PNG. And since we didn't save it with snow, this is the one with snow. We can see here. Let's quick change that name. Okay. So now we go to this, open that, and we hit done. Now we just need to rearrange this a little bit here. So let's click on that. Let's rearrange it. Holding down the shift key in Streamlabs OBS. Just stretch it slightly. That's exactly where we want it. And now for our stream, we don't want this this little window here. We want it bigger, so we're going to go display capture. And I'm going to increase my display capture, again holding down shift, and I'm just going to drag it to the corners. And is it going to be a little bit stretched out? Yes, but it won't be too bad. Right to the edge of my corners. There, you can basically see all my window. And let's bring that down just a tad. You can bring it down just a little bit. It can be over. In fact, being over is probably a good thing. So we got that, and basically you can see my whole screen. You can see everything that I'm doing, and now I got my little window here. So that'll be my starting screen. And then when I'm actually in game, let's change that. So we're gonna take the old one off like we did before. Obviously you won't be able to see this. So we're gonna take this old one off. Main overlay. Now I called this icy main overlay. This is an old one, so we're going to delete that. Like we did before, sources, image, add source. This time we're going to add a new one and call this icy frame no source. And our image, got icy overlay no snow PNG. Open that up. Hit done. We do the same thing we did before. This. Hold down shift. Get in the corner there. Add a little bit here. Looks good. And then we're gonna resize this if we need to. Resize it a little bit. Just over the edges there. And bam, got it. So now we got no snow. No snow. Now you can do a whole lot of other things with this. Let's add in my logo. I want to add that back in here. So sources, image, add source, and another source. Logo. Okay, now I gotta find my logo here. And under me, yeah. Oh, I already have a pre-cut out logo. I didn't put the name on it though, I guess, from what I'm seeing, so I'll have to do that at some point. That hard to do. Do the logo. One. And we just reset that down. I'm not holding shift because I want it to stay nice and square. Logo here. In the corner. Hopefully that blends pretty nicely, to be honest. And nudge it a little bit with the arrow keys. And then, yeah, that should be built a frame for it. Kind of nice frame. It's not blocking too much of the screen. You can see what everything that I'm doing. Oops, don't want to do that. One of the things that is important in OBS is to, if you have it where you want it, lock it in place. Or, I'm sorry, turn it off, lock it in place. Lock it. No snow, I got it. Lock it. Come on, I'm gonna log it. Log it. No, I don't want to lock these. These are different, so if you have different displays, you want to make sure you do that too. Turn this display off. And on. Not exactly 100% where we want it. I'm gonna get this sucker right where we want it. There. Squish it just a little bit. Not a huge deal. Sure that that's good and that's good. Good. Got our second monitor done. Gonna log it. And our third monitor. On this. Hold down shift and now I'm gonna redo this. A little bit. Then it doesn't have to be perfect. That. I think that's good. Oh, no, hold on. Not done yet. We're not done yet. It didn't do the top very well, did it? Now we have that all set up. And we have that all set up. Little frame that you have. Kind of new. You can add in little different things. Maybe I'll do another tutorial at some point that actually build things. Might even actually at some point delete out this frame, so it's just this going around, because that'd be cool. And we can easily do that if we want to. We can this. Let's bring our Photoshop back up here. And really all that entails is just taking our magic background eraser if we wanted to do this. Let's go Control A, Control C, Control N. Hit OK. Give it a second. Oops, that didn't do what we wanted it to. Now it did. This. There we go. Control A, Control C, Control N. Okay. Control V. Alright, so we lost this little thing in the middle, which is fine. That's what happens. We just go like this. Delete that. We're gonna take this off here. And I'm just gonna copy this so that I have my extra copy here just in case. And I'm gonna take this and select the magic eraser tool. And we're just gonna select on this blue, and then that's all gone. Obviously it looks kind of crappy right now, but we're gonna take this, make a new layer under here, put that in gray. You can see that it's not the greatest, and we can clean that up. Actually, I want to keep this. Hold on. Let's redo this real quick here. Let's do a layer. Move that layer down. This. Make sure we got gray, which is what we want. Colored in gray. There we go. Now we can actually kind of see what we're doing a little bit better. So now we go back to this background. Click back up on here. That's down here. And magic eraser. Let's click back on this. And we can get rid of that. And you can see we get rid of that blue. And we just are left with the thing. We can always just get rid of this stuff. We just erase it if we wanted to. Oops, bigger. There we go. And I'm just gonna take our eraser. Let's make it 100. Get rid of all this extra artifact crap here. All the snow, we don't really need it. We could leave it if we wanted to, but I'm just gonna delete it for right now. That sounds like there's geese or something outside my house. That. I don't like this little artifact here. That's stupid. This. Delete out this little goofy thing. This little goofy thing. This little thing. Get rid of this goofiness here. And that. And that. This little goofiness. That's out of there. All right, so we got that all kind of out of there. Now, obviously, we can just basically do the same thing that we did before, is go Control-Shift-S. And, oops, before we do that, let's delete this out. We don't need that. And make sure that this is the only thing on, Control-Shift-S. And we go PNG. We'll just type this as icy frame 2. And we just go save. And then we can just do the same thing that we did over here. Bring this back up. Let's go in game. Change the frame for this. So this is no snow anymore. This is source, image, new one, add source. Oh, we didn't do that right. Image, add source, new one. We want to name it. Icy frame 2. I'm not going to worry about capitalizing it or anything like that. Normally I would, but just for the purposes of this, make it quick. This, and we find IP2. We save it under this one. We save it under that. There it is, Icy Frame 2. Done. Move it into place here and move this, our logo over it, and there we go. Now we have an icy frame that doesn't have that, so we can actually take screen capture, make it a little bit bigger. Sides at least. Down a little bit. This up. We kind of got that. That's going to be all for this tutorial, I think. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something new. Have a good day. I have to figure out how to stop.